Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started.
Yo! What's going on, guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Bitcoin. Right on the cue, man. Right on the cue. We're getting a little bit of a bounce back up. We got, be careful on the markets open, guys. We usually see whatever happens on the market open. We tend to do the opposite the rest of the day. But what's going on, man? We got the coffee ready to rock and roll. Give thanks and drink coffee every single day, and you'll be killing it, man. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm still waking up a little bit. Hope you guys are still waking up. Slap yourself in the face a little bit. Hopefully we can play a little pump music going on today. But looks like Bitcoin is trying to break out. But we're coming up on an important level that we've kind of struggled to break for the last couple hours. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the stock market's going to continue back up, which should lead Bitcoin back up. We'll talk about the DXY and everything in between. Morning from the toilet. Hey, you don't know if I'm on the toilet, man. I could be sitting on the toilet right now. You have no idea. You can only see from my nipples up. So am I sitting on the toilet? Well, that's for you to have to find out. All right, so you guys can finally watch it in the background now. Right, because the member streams you guys couldn't watch in the background. So let me know if that fixes the issue where you guys can now watch the stream in the background. All right, so let's jump into the charts. Let's not waste any more time, man. Good morning. What's up, Neil? He bought the desk. Hey, don't be taking my desk, man. My desk is great, George. Don't be taking my desk, buddy. But anyways, let's jump into the charts. So I was before the stream started, I was just watching this downtrend of resistance on the 15-minute time frame. There was a couple points where it made sense for Bitcoin to come back up to the upside. Looks like Bitcoin was trying to make some higher lows, right? It kind of came down, came back up, came back down, made a higher low, came back down again, made a higher low. We also had this downtrend of resistance, the steep downtrend of resistance. Not only that, but we also had this vector candle in the 50-minute time frame, which made sense for Bitcoin to come back up and take. Now, we find ourselves in a very interesting position right now. Very interesting position. Why? Well, we got this red vector candle right here that we came back up and took. The question is, was this just a, was just a stop hunt for them to come back up, liquidate some of those little late shorters up here, for them to just bring it right back down to the downside? Well, that's what we'll talk about next. We're also sitting right at that 200 EMA. So we're in a little bit of an interesting point. And I think a lot of it doesn't actually have to do with what Bitcoin's going to do. It's actually going to have to do with, can the stock markets continue the rally that they've been having for the past, I don't know. They've been going on a freaking rally for the past couple of weeks. It's been freaking awesome. But we need Bitcoin to follow suit. If you know, yesterday, the NASDAQ was up like 2.5%, and Bitcoin decided to not follow it whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go. Here comes Bitcoin, 23,129. I'm going to watch this level right here. Bitcoin can come back up, take this the rest of this red vector candle right here. Is it going to find a rejection from this point right here, though? This could be the point where they bring it back up and bring it back down. If they smack this level, we could have a little bit of a rally here in the short term. So let's watch this. It's just the 15-minute chart, by the way. Nothing crazy to get excited about, but it is good to see Bitcoin at least getting a small bounce from these lows back down at 22,700, which we keep going back down and testing, man. BTC didn't get out of bed. No, definitely didn't get out of bed yesterday, my friends. Will Smith, the likes. Yeah, Will Smith, that like button, guys. For everyone that's watching that can't chat, the member streams are going, the morning stream is going to be members only chats. Everyone's going to be able to watch from now on. I think that's a good balance for everyone. And the members can watch it in the background of their phone. So it's kind of a good balance for everyone. Just in case you're like, why can't I chat? Why can't I chat? That's the reason why. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's see if Bitcoin can get back over this little zone here in the short term. Hourly time frame. I will say this. I mean, we got a blue vector coming in. Can this turn into a yellow vector to get some more momentum to the upside? Bitcoin's building a solid base. Not to take George's little saying, okay? But Bitcoin is building a little solid base down here at 22,600. Is it going to hold for very much longer? Let's find out. But it looks like we are building some higher lows coming in there. And we're trying to get back over that 50 EMA as we speak right now currently for BTC. Now, keep in mind this. Right? Just like we said, if Bitcoin can't get back over this little zone right here, are they just going to bring price right back down to the downside? Because, like we've been talking about the last few days, you still got this big yellow vector candle on the hourly time frame, which means we got a lot of liquidity down there for the market makers to come back down and take all the way back down to possibly like 21,600, right? Back over to the 4-hour time frame. I think what we need to watch going into today, and if we want to be, get ultra bullish where we start like, I don't even know, we start just kicking bears in the nuts left and right. You know what I mean? We still got this 4-hour vector candle here too, so keep that in mind. But if there's any way Bitcoin today, right, which I think we can, you look like we're getting that 4-hour stock RSI cross right here. If that can cross back up to the upside, that's going to be, now have plenty of room to get some 4-hour momentum to the upside. If we can come up and crack this resistance, this downtrend of resistance right here, that's going to be looking ultra juicy for Bitcoin to come back up to the upside, right? So let's watch that on the 4-hour time frame as we kind of go along here. Now I want to check on the stock markets real quick. I want to tell you guys this, right? And I honestly, I should have been more aware to this. You know what I mean? What's going on, JW? Good to see you in the chat, buddy. And mods can chat too. Yes. But right here, guys. The NASDAQ did actually break over the bull market support band. So I know everyone uses the bull market support band for Bitcoin. But if you can see what the NASDAQ did this week, I mean, it's pretty awesome, right? Now, can it continue the momentum? We'll find out. But look what the NASDAQ did. It got a weekly close above the bull market support band. If you look at the last couple times where the NASDAQ broke below the 20 EMA and the 20 SMA, which was right here back in March of 2020, and you came back down and you got a bounce off both the 200 the 200 EMA and the 200 SMA. You came back and bounced back above the bull market support band. You can see that the NASDAQ went on to have a pretty nice rally after that, right? You can see what we did now. We came back down and tested the 200 SMA and the 200 EMA, and now we're back over that bull market support band, as Ben Cowan would say. So that's pretty juicy. If we can continue the momentum, that's looking really, really juicy for the NASDAQ as of now. Okay, that can obviously change very, very quickly if it decides to come back down today. But I would like to see one full body close above this. The other time was back here in 2018 We came back down close to the 200 SMA. We bounced back above it, and that was the sign that we could kind of continue up higher. So not too shabby there. We'll see if that has a bit of momentum. We want to see the stock markets continue back up today. We definitely do. The futures were going up a little bit, but I will say about the futures, guys, if we come back over here on the futures markets, where is the little hourly time frame? Here we go. Just be wary of this. What is going on here, man? Let me take this off. There we go. What I will say about the futures markets is right here. I don't have the RSI up. Let me bring up the RSI too. Our little relative strength index, as we like to call it. One of the most basic patterns, but always one of the best, in my opinion. It's always one of the best. You got higher highs, and you got lower highs coming in. So you have a little bit of 4-hour divergence. This could be a point where the S&P, the NASDAQ, both get a little bit of pullbacks. All right, just speculation, but keep that in mind. Could be a sign of a pullback there if they decide to do that. Going back over to BTC, still chilling at 23,060. Still, as of right now, got a little resistance on that vector candle looking left, man. Let me see. Palagic said, Mortimer intimate stream gone. Palagic, you like to be intimate? Is that what you like to do? Holy moly, man. Listen, you can still be intimate with me in the chat. No, we got to open it up to everyone, though. Bear, slapping buttons since 2021. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see Bear in the chat. What's going on, Mike? Mike's a little late, but it's okay. He's usually very, very late. What's going on, Wayne? Wayne's always in here. Wayne's always spreading the positivity, the Bitcoin vibes. I love when Wayne's in here, man. All right. Take a little bit of sip of water. A little bit of sip of water here, man. All right. So what else we got? Let's go check on ETH. My TradingView charts got wrecked right before the stream today. It sort of pissed me off a little bit. And I was a little crappy this morning because I had all my charts set up to go, and then TradingView decided to crash. Yeah, and I had to refresh all the charts without saving any of them. You know, you could say that's my fault, which it is. It's totally my fault. But yeah, that happened. Let's go back over here like this. And let's bring up our little trend line for Ethereum. This could tell us a lot, right? Ethereum's got this trend line coming up. Look where Ethereum's trying to get a bounce right now. Now, it's got to get a little bit of momentum here. But if you look at, we got multiple touches down here in this trend line, right here. This is really the whole rally that we've seen the last couple weeks for Ethereum, right? This touch right here, this touch right here, this touch right here, and this touch right here. I know you guys like a lot of touches on the trend lines, if you know what I mean. Come on, you know what I mean. A lot of touches on those trend lines. Can we see another bounce here for Ethereum, right? That's what we're all waiting for. Now, like always, we need to wait for, a break of the relative resistance line, which I would say, I mean, depending on how you want to draw it, you could take the wicks, but I'm looking for a close anywhere above this relative trend line here, right? A close, not wicks. We've got a couple wickaroos. But if ETH can get back above this, that's going to be looking pretty, I would say, relatively juicy for the short term as well. All right, so that's what we're watching for Ethereum today. Let me bring up the juicy RSI here as well, like this. Let's see. Shouldn't it autosave? It should, in theory. But I don't know, man. My TradingView gets all jacked up all the time. I blame it on TradingView. It's probably somehow my fault, but I blame it on TradingView. Let's bring this up here. Apparently it was already up. Yeah, so we got some room to run on the hourly. Hourly stocks are fine. Actually, this is the 4-hour. Let me go to the hourly. Yeah, hourly stocks are starting to point up here. Starting to get a little nice point up. I'm actually going to bring this up a little bit like that. Just to move it like savvy, just to higher. But the hourly stocks are now pointing to the upside. We know we did have slight bullish divergence yesterday where we had higher lows in the RSI, lower lows on the price action. So now we just need to see that momentum come through for ETH, man. We just need to break back above that in the short term. Going back over to BTC. Man. Looks like we did come back down and take a little bit of this yellow vector candle now. Do they have the juice to bring it back up to the upside? We still got to watch that. NASDAQ, still pumping, man. Look at the NASDAQ. I'm not playing around with the NASDAQ, man. I'm not playing around with it. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, man, the NASDAQ just looks really good right now, man. Look at that. Look at the break above the bull market support band on the NASDAQ. That's got it. I mean, we got to see Bitcoin follow through. It just hasn't done it yet lately, man. It just hasn't. Let's go check out the dollar real quick. The dollar this morning was getting a little bit of a move down. It still looks like it's getting a little bit of rejection. Let me actually go to the 4-hour on the dollar. We want to see the dollar start coming down too, guys. Like this. Right? We know we had this little wedge formation. We want to see the dollar not hold the support and just dump back below the support. That would be very, very, very juicy. Very, very, very juicy. Right now, the dollar's kind of just chilling too, though. The sweet, sweet nectar of the morning. You know what I'm saying? Drunk Bear said the markets are currently a polished turd. A polished turd or a shiny turd? Which one? Which one, man? Michael said, sorry, I was conducting business. Conducting business? I like it, man. I like it. Whatever you were doing. Does that mean you were on the toilet? Be honest. Be honest. Let's see. I would say Fahid is such a horse guy, but I think he's actually admitted that. Is he actually a horse guy? It's okay to be a horse guy sometimes. Sometimes being a horse guy works. It's just on average it doesn't. You know what I mean? But it definitely can work for you sometime. All right, jumping back over to the daily time frame real quick. All right, daily time frame. Man, I mean, listen, I mean, we know everything that we've been talking about, and then this is what hinges my short-term, my short-term bullishness versus short-term bearishness. As long as we stay above this RSI trend line, I'm going to remain relatively optimistically semi-bullish here in the short term. As long as we stay above this RSI trend line right here, okay? If we keep holding that, that's great. You can see right now we're sitting right on top of it. We want to close today green, okay? We don't want to close today red. If we do, we could break this. And that's where, you guys know, back in the times, that's resulted in pretty big drops in the past. I'm not going to go through it again. You guys have been watching the channel forever. Knows that when we break these during this bear market, that's been very, very, very bloody for BTC. All right. As long as we hold that, though, I'm going to remain bullish. If this breaks, though, I think we at least come back down and test the bottom of this bear market, this bear flag, right? Going forward. Anyways, in the meantime, we're still below the 50 EMA, so nothing really changed. We came back up and tapped it today. Still getting resistance on that level. So if we want to get a little bit hyper today, okay, we got to get back above the about 23,191 to get back over that 50 EMA on a daily close. I'm not worried about wicks. I want to see the close, because yesterday it was looking juicy for a little bit, and we smacked right back down to the downside, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, man. Right back down to the downside. Let me see. Michael, it felt awkward without you here in the show starting. It was very awkward, man. It was very awkward. Let me take a sip of water here. Let's look at the 886 on the fibs. Hey, Rodney, the 886 did play out a little bit, buddy. It did. So if you want to hate on the 886, I don't know what to tell you. Just kidding. Rodney, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. It's always good to see Rodney in here. That means you know that things are relatively bullish here in the short term. All right, so... All right, so BTC right now. Looks like you did come back. You took this yellow vector candle in the 50-minute. Are they going to have enough juice to bring it back to the upside real quick? Let's actually go check the shorter term time frames, the 5-minute time frame. Let's see. So we don't want to see an M formation here. Can they bring it back up and break this high now? You don't want to see a little M formation on the 5-minute. No bueno. No bueno, as we would say here. What's up, y'all? What's going on, Godzilla? Godzilla's first member stream. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I've been very busy. Always bullish now. Always bullish, bro. Always bullish. You got to stay always relatively bullish, because then you'll be panic selling your portfolio and you'll miss rallies. You know what I'm saying? You guys are the ones that don't believe. Rodney, I think you missed the last week or so, man. I've been bullish. Can you believe it? The last week or so, I've been relatively bullish. I still think that we go up here. Why? A lot of it is the stock markets, man. I mean, people just aren't seeing the stock markets right now. But these can turn. But look at the NASDAQ, already up 0.5% today. We're just not seeing Bitcoin follow through. And it's annoying, man. Bitcoin's been almost 1-to-1 correlated. Bitcoin's been almost 1-to-1 correlated with the NASDAQ. This whole freaking bear market. And of course the NASDAQ's going freaking nuts the last couple days, and Bitcoin's just shit in the bed, man. We need to see Bitcoin follow through. Because the weekly on the NASDAQ, I will say again, looks pretty freaking good, man. I mean, you have a classic W formation that broke out, right? First hit to the low, rise. Second hit to the low, break of the W formation, back above the bull market support band on the NASDAQ, right? But you're just not seeing Bitcoin follow through. Come on, BT Sizzle. Let's get a little hype in the chat, man. Holy moly.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Come on, man. No, but we really want to see Bitcoin start following through. Right now, we're kind of just chilling. Y'all see Coinbase? That implies that you were bearish now. I've been stalking, but quiet. Nice. Makes no sense. Yeah, it's very, very weird. It's very, very weird, man. Why so nasally? Just dropped my burger trying to chat. Oh, you can't be dropping your burger, man. Food becomes before chatting. I will say again, if you drop your food on the ground,
rant alert,
because you have to chat in the stream, do not chat in the stream. Eat your food. Food is life. Just kidding. I mean, actually it is. You have to eat to live, if we're going to be fair. But, you know, make sure you eat before chatting. Very important, guys. Very important. Don't want to hold vet. We can check out some alts. If you guys want to, any alts you guys want to check out, let me know. I'm here to just kind of chill and watch some charts to see if Bitcoin can get some momentum. I want to play the pump song right now. If Bitcoin can get back over this little wick right here, 23,151, we'll start playing the pump song, okay? We'll start playing the pump song because that's going to nullify that M formation on the 5-minute time frame. We're fighting with that 200 EMA right now. And on the 1 hour time frame, we're fighting with that 50 EMA. We get back above those, it's not looking too shabby. Not looking too shabby. We still have to get over these levels here, which we kind of struggle with the last couple days. You guys can see we're really just in a sideways pattern, right? Down, up, down, up, down. Are we going to come right back up? We really just have to get out of this stupid range, right? We're really just range locked since August 1st. So the last 2 days, actually 3 days, we've been going sideways. NFT Boogie, good to see you, buddy. Let's freaking go, man.
I'm going to buy the top and I'm going to sell the bottom, guys.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming a member, man. 23,136. Come on, BT Sizzle. Come on, BT Sizzle. Let's get a close above that wick, man. Neil, the world doesn't revolve around you. There are other time zones. Neil, we have 2 streams a day, 9:45 and 7, right? I think it's pretty balanced. I think every time zone should be able to watch a stream. In theory, right? Whether it's night or day, wherever you are, I think we're pretty balanced here as far as time zones goes. You know what I'm saying? All right, ETH's still just chilling right now, guys. Let's see. I'm gonna go through these a little bit here, guys. Some of you guys are saying don't want to hold VET. Is VET getting a little pumpy pump? I see Sol's coming up now. People were overreacting on Sol yesterday. Because literally the hack was not even Solana's fault, and people were overreacting to that. And now you can see Solana's bouncing back a little bit nicely. All right, so VeChain, don't want to hold VET. I think I do want to hold some VET, man. If I'm going to be honest. No, but VeChain's actually been moving up nicely, despite Bitcoin really not doing shit. Look at VeChain, man. Let's get the pump song going for VeChain this morning, man. Come on, man. Bitcoin shit in the bed, but VeChain's saying, nope. Come on. Actually, the world does revolve around the sun. It does. Come on, VeChain. I wish I held VET. I don't anymore, more. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's actually performing pretty well here. It wasn't really doing shit, and now it's bouncing back to the upside, which is really, really nice. Now, let's check a few fib levels on VeChain, and then we'll hop back into BTC chart. Let me actually just update this. Let me get rid of Rodney's favorite 886. Let's put the 1.618 back. The 1.618. There we go. Yeah, so you've gotten to rise up to the 1.618. This is going to act as a little resistance here, right? From swing high to swing low, that's going to be a resistance point. Make sure you're watching that. If that breaks, though, I actually want to do a full Fibonacci. A full Fibonacci of the whole move here. Let me see. Okay, so, yeah, you're still sitting at that 1.618. If that breaks, I mean, obviously you're at a interesting point in the charts, but I'd be looking at these next previous highs. Right around these levels, man. Right around like 3.3, right around there. That's only if Bitcoin can get a rally, though. Bitcoin needs to hold up. I mean, or Bitcoin just goes sideways because VeChain's been pumping even though Bitcoin's just been going sideways. You'd be looking at 3.3. Now, there's no bearish div on the daily. You got slight bearish divergence on the 4-hour, but that might already played out, right? You got higher highs and you got lower highs on the 4-hour time frame. That might have already played out. And you got a little bit of a slight pullback, nothing crazy. And now you're going to see the retrace back to the upside. That's the question. Only if Bitcoin, it's probably today, only if Bitcoin rises. NASDAQ, still up slightly today. S&P, still up slightly. Nothing crazy on the stock markets to start the day. But that can change very, very quickly, as we know. Bitcoin's struggling with this level, man. Still struggling right now. Bitcoin will be 25,000 again. I saw that. I saw it in Tino's stream. Someone was like a whole army was tweeting. Not tweeting. tweeting. What are we on Twitter? Jordan doesn't go on Twitter. I'm going to check a few things. I don't really do anything on Twitter though. Twitter is freaking miserable, man. Twitter is a miserable place. I do have to say it's one of the most miserable places I've ever seen. You could say that about all social media, but Twitter is too. It's struggling right now. What was I saying? Yeah, in Tino's stream, someone was just spamming 25K, 25K, 25K. It was ridiculous, dude. It was ridiculous. Remember that VeChain 25 cent plus happy days? Oh, facts. Absolute facts. All right, I wanted to go check on a few things on BTCs. Let me actually bring up my weekly chart on BTC. Whoops. Let me go here. Let me load layout. Let me load the weekly main. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So here's Bitcoin's weekly chart. We've talked about a few things. I do think, and here's what I'm going to say, guys. This is bearing in mind. Okay, I will say this. I do think there's a higher chance based off of a multitude of different longer-term indicators that are looking pretty decent. As we speak, especially if the next week or so can be green. It's a big if, but if the next week or so can be green, I think there's a higher chance. I would give it a higher chance than 25% the bottom's end. I'm not going to lie. Based off of different things, but the next, like we said, the next 2 weeks, or the next, 9 days now, on the 2-week chart. Let me actually just hide a bunch of this stuff. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. On the 2-week chart, I think it's always important to remind yourself what the longer term time frames look. We're looking for this market cipher crossover. What's going on, George? George became a member. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you hang out and enjoy the stream, man. Appreciate that, buddy. No, but we want to see the market cipher crossover on the 2-week. All right? We are ultra close. Like, all we really need to get that crossover is just a little bit of momentum. Like, not even a crazy big green candle. Just need a little bit, and it's going to flip. And what we said? In the previous bear markets, when you're this low on market cipher on the 2-week and you get that flip over, that's resulted in the bottom being in, the last 2 times, right? And not only that, but you actually got pretty big rallies almost right after you get that crossover. So that's what we're watching for. I mean, the next 2-week candle doesn't close until August 14th, so we got a long way to go. I mean, we have 10 days to go until this closes. A lot can happen in 10 days. I mean, to be honest, we could be all the way down here in 10 days. We could be at 14K in 10 days, for all I know, right? We could be at 30K in 10 days, for all I know. I have no idea. But this next 2 weeks is going to be big for telling me where the next basically direction is going to go for the next couple months, right? So let's watch that as we go. But that is one of the big things I'm watching here. Big things. Let's go check on BTC. So far, we got rejected, 23.22. NDQ has to get above 200 EMA on the daily before I get bullish. We're talking about the NASDAQ. I would say this. I would say this. I want to go back and look at the previous massive, I want to go back and look at 2008 real quick. I want to go back and look at 2008. I will say this. I will say this. There's multiple ways you can be looking at the current market. The one thing that is worrying me about the Nasdaq is we could be at 2 points on the Nasdaq, right? If we compare where we're doing in 2008, could we just be right here? Okay, and this is what I want to remind you guys, because we see similar price action, right? We dropped below the bull market support band. We got a low. We came back up, made a lower low, then we get able to get back above the bull market support band. We kind of went sideways for a little bit before a massive, massive drop on the Nasdaq, right? Now, if we compare that to what we're doing now, and I'm not trying to spread FUD, but what we're doing now, which is drop, come back up, make a higher low, get back above the bull market support band before just going sideways for a little bit before a major drop, right? I actually want to look at where the 200 EMA was on the weekly too. Hold on, let me go back in time here. Yeah, I mean that was exactly when we were at the 200 EMA for the most part, right? So you could be in two places in my opinion. You could just be like right here, where before you have one massive drop left, okay, and that would mean Bitcoin's going significantly lower. Or you could be like these other times, right? Look at all these other times, right? Drop below the bull market support band, W formation, get back above. Drop below the bull market support band, W formation, get back above. Right? Back in 2016, W formation to 200 EMA, get back above. Could be like 2018, sorry, get back above it, perfect. 2020, drop below it, get back above it. It could be like that, or it could be like not like that. We gotta. There's a lot of interest. The economy's in just an interesting spot. You know what I mean? Where I could see either of those scenarios playing out. You know what I mean? Let's see. Super zooming out. It could be a bounce left. I'd sadly agree. It shows. Yeah. So the Nasdaq. I mean, it's up. It's doing decent today. It's just like we said, man. I mean, Bitcoin is just not following through. You say that the Nasdaq has to get above the 200 EMA, which is right here at 12,939. We're not that far away from there. We're not that. We could reach. We could. I mean, if this gets a little bit more momentum today, we could, in theory, reach this today, right? So we'll see. We'll see. We're very, very close to that point. Bitcoin once again, kind of shit in the bed. What's new? What's new on Bitcoin, man? Not that. Bitcoin went up, tested this vector candle, and just got a fat. So there we go, man. There we go. Dropping back down to the downside. Let me see you guys to say it in the chat. 50-week EMA is in the same spot as the 200 daily. If it breaks and holds that, then I'm looking for a double top on the Nasdaq. Makes sense. Makes sense, man. All right, so Bitcoin. I mean, we did exactly what we didn't want to do here on the 15-minute time frame. We had this red vector here. We basically came back up, took that red vector, and now we're coming back down to test the lows. All right, so here we come. Here we come, man. Now I will say this though. We've held the support multiple times. That's why I say we're just in a big freaking range, man. But I just want to remind everyone for the short term, I would actually prefer if Bitcoin came back down and took this yellow vector here on the hourly, so we didn't have to worry about this, because this is a giant vector candle over here. Okay? Which means there's a lot of liquidity for the market makers to come back down and take. I would prefer if they just come back down and take this right now, just so that then we can rise to the upside, because you know at some point they're going to come back down and take this, right? Same thing on the 4-hour time frame. I would hope that they just come back down and take this right now before rising up. I mean, to be honest, if you guys want me to be honest, I would prefer if they just did that. Maybe make a little trend line right here. And it would kind of make sense. Like, if Bitcoin's going to just keep the trend here, which has just been this upwards trending trend line, I mean, who's to say Bitcoin doesn't do something like this, right? It drops again, you know, maybe takes this yellow vector, comes back up, and then it comes back up to the upside. That would be perfect. I would love if something to happen like this. This would be beautiful, actually, because then you take this vector candle and you still get the bounce. That would be beautiful, man. Mike wants the Madrid ribbon. We'll check the Madrid ribbon. You guys know I love long-term charts. My babies are long-term charts. You know what I mean? To be quite honestly, I started this channel looking at longer term charts. You guys remember back in the days when we looked at Chainlink on the weekly, ETH on the weekly, XRP on the weekly. You guys know the good old days. All right, let's go back to the Madrid ribbon. All right, and then we'll go to some alts in the meantime. Where's my Madrid ribbon, man? Where is it? Did I lose it? Am I not seeing it? Am I just dumb? Man, where's the Madrid ribbon? Ah, God, I gotta type it in. Hold up. Madrid. Here we go. It's a popular indicator, actually. Yeah, we're still, I mean, look at this. Look at the 2 week. We're still getting a perfect rejection off the Madrid ribbon, man. You can't make this shit up. Perfect rejection off the Madrid ribbon. So, like we said, back in 2018, not to compare what we did to 2018, but we did the same exact thing in 2018, man. We went down, we came back up, tested the Madrid ribbon, came back down, made a second low, W formation, came back up to the upside. That still could be a very, very valid play out here. Still could be. If we can't get back over this, you know, you would expect that maybe we come back down, make a higher low, and then we come back up, just like we did in 2018. All right, so we'll watch that going forward. Still not, I mean, you got a lot of things going on in the long-term charts, right? And I will say this. Based off of a multitude of different things that we've talked about, right? When you break the Madrid ribbon, that's the bottom, okay? When you get that big capitulation below, and once you test it again, that usually means the bottom is in. And now we've tested it, okay, on multiple different time frames. The weekly, we're back into it. Whenever you get back into it on the weekly, that usually means the bottom is in, all right? On multiple different time frames, once you get back into it, the bottom is usually in, all right? So take it for what you will. I know you guys love to make fun of the Madrid ribbon. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. George, what are you talking about, man? George said, what a disappointment to see you stealing TA from other YouTubers again. You must be trolling, man. I have never seen anyone use the Madrid ribbon. And if they do, then I don't watch them. You're funny, man. You're too funny, man. George trolling like crazy, man. Like crazy. I'll tell you the people that I do watch. I watch George. I watch BitBoy. I watch Tino. I watch, what's that guy's name? Jason Pisano occasionally. I watch MM Crypto occasionally. I watch Crown's Crypto Cave occasionally. That's really it. I don't really watch too many people anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's really it. That's really it. You know what I'm saying? Horse Guy, based off the Madrid ribbon, the bottom is in. Of course the bottom is in, man. And listen, there's no such thing as stealing TA. Everyone looks at the same shit. Everyone does patterns. Everyone looks at the RSI. Everyone looks at the MACD. There's no such thing. Everyone looks at market cipher, but that's not stealing TA, right? You got everyone and their mother that uses the market cipher, but that's not stealing TA. Come on, man. Crown uses too many words to not say anything new. I like Crown's Crypto Cave. He does different things. I like his like statistical analysis and things like that. But that's really it. You know what I mean? Shane said the bottom is in. I think there's a higher chance than I did a couple weeks ago. I would say that, and it's not just because we rallied to the upside. Bearing any really like black swan event, like China comes and just absolutely slaps, absolutely slaps you to the downside. Why do I watch BB? Someone else likes BB in here, okay? And I like to see him rant sometimes. I like when he has temper tantrums. That's really it. Let's see. Altcoin Daily? No, I don't really watch Altcoin Daily. But he has good... I used to watch Altcoin Daily back in the day. He had good like fundamentals, you know what I'm saying? Jabba thinks 0% change, bottom is in. Yeah, it's true. All right. Now we just kind of wait. Let's check out a few altcoins. You know what I'm saying? Don't lie, you watch Savvy. I do watch Savvy. I do watch Savvy every now and then. I will say that, man. I will say that, if you know what I mean. All right, so we looked at VeChain. BNB. Let's see BNB. So BNB's got a nice move up today, about 3% up to the upside. It's still the same thing, though. Like, we got to see this bearish divergence not get nullified, right? We still got the higher highs and we still got the lower highs coming in. Just like that, man. Higher highs, lower highs. You know what I'm saying? So you still got the 4-hour cross to the downside. You got to still give this a little, maybe a short-term, slight bearish bias here, if you know what I mean. 1 hour time frame. Yeah, still, actually, no, you actually don't have any bearish div on the 1 hour time frame, so that's okay. That's okay for now. But, you know, if we look at the hourly, let's actually go to the 4 hour real quick. If you go to the 4 hour. I mean, are we going to think that we're going to come back down and take this vector candle right here? Right here, right? We still think we're going to come back down and take this at some point? You do. That's if Bitcoin comes back down and takes this vector candle here. That would make perfect sense for BNB. And also kind of go with this, maybe get a short-term pullback that brings you back down a little bit lower. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. You watch Becker? I do. This is obviously people that I watch occasionally. I do watch Becker sometimes, just because he's a freaking he's a freaking dick. And honestly, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because he just says things that, you know, normal other people wouldn't say, and a lot of what he says is true. He just says it in a very rude way, and that's why I like it. You know what I mean? He just comes in straight up with, if you know what I mean. He comes straight up with the
Warning, shots fired.
Let's see. Let's see. Tyler is funny? Yeah, Tyler's funny. He is funny. He has, I watch him occasionally. There's a lot of people I watch occasionally. I just named the people that I watch, you know, I would say more than 4 times a week. I would say that. Now there's the Darth asshole. All right. Anyways. Yeah, now we're just kind of waiting, guys. NASDAQ just kind of chilling at the moment. All right, this chart wants to go away. See, this is what TradingView does to me today. I open it, and I go, and the chart was already here. Like, we already looked at this chart on stream, and now it's just a blank screen. You know, a blank screen. And I'm just looking at it like this. You know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous, man. Just exit that page. That page sucks, man. We're just going to get rid of that page. There we go, man. We're going to jump back over here. I've almost watched all of YouTube, a couple more videos, and I'm done. I spend too much time on YouTube, man. I probably spend half my day on YouTube, if I'm being honest. Literally half of my day. So BNB's looking like that. Let's do a couple other alts here. Solana. We know Solana had the little bearish news yesterday. I mean, but it wasn't one about Solana. It was about a stupid Solana wallet. Okay? People don't look into shit. They just say shit. It wasn't Solana. It was just one of those stupid wallets. What was it? I don't know. Some wallet I never heard of. But, yeah, we're getting rejected off this trend line again. I mean, really, Solana, when you zoom out, like this, when you zoom out, like this, right? I mean, it's really just, you know, you're really just in this big channel. That's really it. That's really it. In the wedge formation, you have a smaller wedge formation that you got rejected off again today, which you don't want to continue to get rejected off of. So ultimately, let's see what goes on here. But yeah, Solana's, you've got to get back over this resistance if you want to get any bullish here, any type of bullish. Though I will say this, I mean, you are forming what's technically a bullish pattern, right? So does Solana come back down here, boop, 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 come back up, come back down, come back up, you know, eventually break out to the upside? Probably at some point. But could you come back down and take this vector candle and come back down and test this channel to the downside first? Right back down here to this range? That would make tons of sense. Right back down right here. bottom of the vector, come back down, complete this wedge formation, reset the 4-hour stocks a little bit more, and then come back up to the upside. That would make perfect sense, man. Perfect sense. Let's see. SHIB is pumping. No way SHIB's pumping right now. Let's see SHIB. No, SHIB's not pumping, man. Come on. SHIB's not pumping. Don't be playing around. You should do the entire stream with just your face like that, where you have a mimic the charts with your hands and facial expressions. I could do that. Apparently, I copy TA now. Apparently, I copy TA. You guys remember that guy back in the day? I'm literally streaming live, drawing charts live, and I'm copying TA. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that makes sense, man. I get it if it was a static video, but it is what it is. Remember that day that guy was like, "You're copying Carl the Moon's charts." All right, quick rant alert. Out of all the people in the crypto space, Carl the Moon's probably the last person that I would copy charts from. I'm going to be perfectly honest. That was hilarious. That was probably like 6. That was probably a long time ago. Actually, that was in 2021, where the guy was like, "You're copying Carl the Moon." I was like, dude, I would never copy Carl the Moon. Okay, that was it's like if I had to choose one person not to copy, it would be Carl the Moon. Pumping downward. Yeah, we are pumping downward. This played out pretty textbook as far as the bearish scenario, where we came back up, took this, then we come back down to the downside. Let's see. You're funny, George, man. DXY broke outside the parabolic curve. If it breaks below 105, I think further downside is in the cards. Yeah, I mean, you could talk about anything. I mean, the DXY on the 1 hour time frame here. Let me get rid of this stupid Madrid ribbon. Just kidding. I actually love the Madrid ribbon. You guys like to make fun of the Madrid ribbon, but I actually love it. The DXY is still trying to come back down here, so we're still watching this. Like we said, man. Like we said. Like the literally the 100th. We talk about 100 things on stream. 100 things on stream, man. The DXY, we're still waiting to see if this breaks down right here. George is still here. That means he still enjoys the channel. George, I don't need your negativity in here. So I know you're a member, but I'm still hiding you on the channel, man, because you're being freaking annoying, man. At this point, you're just pissing me off in the chat, man. I think at this point, you're just pissing me off. So I know you're a member, but I'm hiding you on the channel, man. At this point, I have never banned anyone, but now you're just pissing me off. So get out of here, man. You must be a lifer fan. Anyways, 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches. I don't need negativity in the chat, man. That's it. So 1, 2, 3. We just don't want to see, or what we don't want to see. What we don't want to see is the DXY continuing to hold this range right here, man. Right? 1, 2, 3 touches. You bounce off this level, right? And you break this to the upside. That's what you don't want to see for the DXY. You know what I'm saying? What we do want to see as bulls is we want to break this to the downside, right? Because Bitcoin is gonna do. George has subscribed. Well, George is out of here, man. He's annoying. He watches me every single day. I talk about literally 100 things every single day. Oh, God, man. This guy's annoying. All right, but yeah, so let's hope this breaks to the downside today. NASDAQ is coming back down hot and heavy. I guess, quote-unquote, hot and heavy, if you know what I mean. Let's do this. But, no, we are coming back down to the downside of the NASDAQ. So what started off as a green day is now coming back down, unfortunately here, guys. So let's see what happens there. Overall, though, Bitcoin is just, man, it's just not following the rest of the markets, man. It's slightly annoying. Mike said, that's like the time I bought ICP and sold it like an hour later. Mike, did you buy the ICP top? We all know that we all did it at some point. Guys, I bought XRP at $3 plus. We've all been there, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Turing copies me by buying BTC. Draw a curve on the 1-day DXY chart and you see what I mean? Nice. George was sent by George. You know it's very rare that I ban someone, so you know they're pissing me off if they do. You know what I mean? Anyways. Alright guys, I'm probably going to end the stream here. So you saw me ban someone for the second person I've ever banned on this channel. So there it is. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. What was I going to do? The new cameras actually might be coming today. So maybe you guys see the new camera coming in today. That'd be pretty nice. Bitcoin's actually coming back down to Tesla lows. Let's stay on for two more seconds, man. Because Bitcoin's coming back down to Tesla lows. Will we hold this lows? 1, 2, 3, 4 lows. Will we hold it on the 5th try? Let's see. We're really just in a range, right? For the past 3 days. So we got to break out of this range before anything. I'm going to stay out for a little bit longer to see if this breaks, though. In the meantime, so we might have the new camera coming today, which is nice. So we'll try to get that set up. The camera's coming, but the arm is not. So that might be a little bit difficult. We might have to wait for the arm, unfortunately. Drew, will you go to lunch with me? I will, Elliot. I will, man. I definitely will. I definitely will go to lunch with you. Horse guy, no. Horse guy, no. He's freaking weird. Even in his sleep, he's weird. Let's see. Making history, and I was here to see it. I'm blessed. Thank you, Wade. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. All right. I mean, there's not really any alts doing anything. It's not really alts doing anything at the moment. AVAX had a nice move up today. Not really doing Shiza today, though. I mean, a lot of the charts are just going sideways. Going sideways, like BTC. Is AVAX going to come back up and test? Is AVAX basically... I mean, a lot of these alts look like they might be coming lower, man. The reason why, because if you draw a trend line up, a simple trend line, you draw a simple trend line up, a lot of these alts trend lines right now are actually correlating with the vector candles looking left, right? So, I mean, they're all breaking the 50 EMAs. If you look at also where the 200 EMA is, you can see a wick below this, but you got this vector candle looking left, you got this upward sloping trend line. They're all kind of correlating with getting a move back down to test these levels, and then hopefully getting a bounce from there, right? Resetting the 4-hour stock RSI, resetting the 4-hour RSI, resetting the 4-hour RSI, and then getting them move to the upside. In reality, that's what you're looking for, man. Dave, what's going on, buddy? Dave's coming in, bro. Dave's coming in. Dave, I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that, buddy. Get a cup of gourmet coffee on me. It's expensive freaking cup of coffee, man. Dave, appreciate that, buddy. Not dunking for $50, bro. Not dumping for $50. No, I'm good, man. That guy was just pissing me off. That's it. George was probably just trolling. He probably was just trolling. Maybe I'll unhide George. Maybe I was being a little bit too reckless on George there. I'm gonna unhide him here. I'm gonna unhide George. George, I'm unhiding you, buddy. If you're still here, I apologize. We can be friends again, okay? We can be friends again. Come back in the chat. Come back in. All right. I'm willing to forgive. I'm willing to forgive or forget if you can come back in, and we can forgive each other, man. All right. So come back in. Let's hug it out. All right. And let's hug it out like men. Let's not be petty and hold a grudge, actually, I don't know if I should say this. Let's not hold a grudge. Let's hug it out like men. Okay, have a nice handshake like men, and we'll call it a day. We got a deal, George. We got a deal. John said I got booted for trolling Jordan once too, but by a mod, but not Jordan though. It's very rare that I do that. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm willing to forgive people. Balajack said, you're too easy. Skillful said no. I know Skillful doesn't want to forgive him. You know? Fumbles said, I hate Jordan. Fumbles, I know you don't, buddy. Always gonna hold a grudge? I know he's still in here, too. I know he is. That's mighty big of you. Let's see if George is really George. Let's see. All right, Ethereum's coming back down to test this wedge. So we know Ethereum, guys, real quick. We need to actually talk about this. I actually forgot about this wedge. I did. So this big rising wedge on Ethereum. We need to be watching out for this. You guys, we talked about this a couple days ago. I actually forgot about this wedge formation. Ethereum's coming back up, back and down right now to test this bottom of this wedge formation. All right? We talked about it. If this breaks, these do have a 68% of the chance to break to the downside. If this breaks, and we know we love wedgies on this channel. We've been talking about wedgies for Lord knows how long, okay? If this breaks, I mean, that's not too good. The first level we'll be looking at is back down here, right? These previous lows in the bottom of this vector candle, and also the 200 EMA right here at about 1484. So let's watch this closely today. That could be hot and dirty. Very, very hot and dirty move for Ethereum. A move back down here. I mean, what would not surprise me is a move back down here for ETH, a bounce, and we'll take it from there. To test the 50, and then if it can't get higher, that's the point where it comes back down. Okay, that would actually be a nice setup there. If it can get higher and come back up, all right, where it's awesome. This was just another higher low. It can continue up to the upside, perfect. But this is probably the most logical scenario, based off logic, not what I want to see, but based off logic for Captain Ethereum here. But yeah, if we zoom out, man, if we zoom out, we don't like these wedgies. He's making a new account. Let's see. George and Anthony L. Was it Anthony L that I banned before? I like your forgiveness attitude. I'm all about forgiveness, man. I'm all about forgiveness. Right? That's it. If someone had just bought horse face to lunch, we would be pumping right now. Yeah. Looks like ETH is actually coming to test the lows right now. Let's see. Let's go back to Ethereum. And we know ETH has kind of been slightly the driver of the market. You know what I mean? This market is crushing my dreams today. It is crushing your dreams. What's NASDAQ doing? NASDAQ's still holding up, though. Bitcoin still holding support. Ah, man. Still holding that support for Bitcoin. All right, guys. Listen, I could stay on here all day and talk. You know me. I'm going to call it a stream, though. I'm going to go eat some breakfast, get a nice coffee thanks to my guy in the chat. You know who it is. Dave Taylor, always coming in hot and heavy with the massive super chats, man. That was awesome, dude. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my rest of my day. Work on some other things here. We got to go from there. I'll see everyone else at 7 p.m. today. For everyone that's not in the chat, appreciate you for watching anyways. I'll catch you guys at 7 p.m. We're going to have a fun stream tonight. I'm gonna go copy some more charts, get them all ready for tonight's stream. I'm gonna go watch a bunch of YouTube videos, Twitter, go copy so many charts, man, because that's what I do, right? And you best bet I'm gonna come in with the best copy charts in the crypto game. Go copy Carl the Moon and everything in between. But anyways, catch you guys later, 7 p.m. Fantastic day, guys. If I don't see you until then, well, don't panic sell your crypto. Don't do anything I want to do, and don't panic sell yo crypto. All right, adios, guys. Peace. Now, maybe let's do an awkward 10 seconds before we get off, if you know what I mean, man. Awkward 10 seconds before we get off. There we go. All right, later, guys.